Hey guys, what is going on? I am Mr. Bo, and today we have a brand new Destiny trailer, and this time it's the Mars trailer. We've already had the Moon one, and now we get to see a little bit more of Mars, and it looks awesome. Just from this shot here, we can see it's big and open. I reckon Mars is going to be the most sort of open out of all the areas. We've been to Earth, and it's kind of a mixture between open areas and indoor areas, and we've also been to the Moon, where it's mainly based underground, so it's all tight confined spaces, with the surface being a little bit smaller than Earth and a little bit more, as I said, confined. So I reckon Mars is going to be the biggest open space. I'll have to see what we get from Venus, but as we continue on here, we get to see our three Guardians sort of walk around this area, sort of just showing off the scale of this place. And we see the sand city there. Now this is the enemies that we haven't actually seen yet. If we go back quickly, we can get a good shot of them. These are the Cabal. We've seen them in trailers before, but we haven't actually got to fight them yet. They are based on Mars. I think they're also based on Venus, but I'm not too sure. But if you want to go fight them, definitely Mars. I believe that's their home planet. They're sort of big, brute kind of creatures. If you played Halo, you might be familiar with these sort of enemy types. They're the biggest of these four. We have the Fallen, the Cabal, the Vex, and the Hive. We've already seen the Hive and the Fallen. Vex and Cabal are on Mars. I know Vex is also on Venus. If we continue on here, we get to see sort of their playstyle. They have a lot of heavy machinery, and they sort of like to jump about, as we can see here. If we, this is a good shot actually. This is one of the higher ranking Cabals. I believe this is a Scion, but I'm not sure on that. These have these sort of big fans around them, and you can tell when they're higher levels by what they wear. They have like a big pointy helmet on instead of this sort of round one that the other guys have. If we move on, again we get to see looking out in this big area. This trailer sort of emphasizes on the size of Mars really, and the combat that you're going to be fighting against. We get to see our three Guardians here in what looks like some really cool gear. The Hunter is wearing like this all green with sort of bones on his arms. Could be a legendary or rare items here, I think. The Titan looks super awesome. Haven't seen a helmet like that in the beta, so it's nice to see some armors and some equipment and stuff we haven't actually seen before. And the Warlock looks pretty cool as well. Moving on, we're going to see some drop ships for the Cabal, and we're going to see the Hunter throw his blade, or throws a grenade, sorry. But this is the dropship that the Cabal come in. If you played on Earth, you'll see that huge ship that the Fallen come in. This is one of the ones that the Cabal are going to come in, and they're all going to drop from it. So when you see one of these, you either want to run away or you want to engage it. As we can see, I believe that's a Titan in the background there, just about to do a super. Some more gameplay. And that's an awesome shot. We haven't seen this before. If I can get a good shot. This bubble, I believe this is the Titan's second subclass, which is to create a shield around him. And you can make it so when your teammates are in it, they're getting more energy and more health and get regenerated, or perhaps they want to pass through it, they'll get a buff every time they pass through it, or you can do it so it only happens to you, I believe. It's a really good defensive subclass for the Titan, and we didn't get to use that. Was the second one at level 15, but I'm sure we're all going to use that in the full game. Just the Nova Bomb here from the Warlock. Again, another dropship, some stuff we've already seen, and some more Sparrow gameplay. Now this is an area that we've actually seen before in the Strike gameplay for one of the Nightfall strikes, so I'm sure we'll be coming here a lot more in the full game. I know there's definitely a strike coming through here, so we'll probably visit this place again a lot more. Some more Sparrow action here. Nice to see big areas where we can fly around on our Sparrows and have some fun. I do know you can also get an Interceptor on Mars. I've seen some gameplay of that in some of the multiplayer gameplay and stuff like that, so expect to find an Interceptor somewhere. And as we can see, he's sort of heading inside in this sort of tunnel, so perhaps we'll see some underground action on Mars. And if we actually slip back there just a minute, we see this, and this I believe is a huge tank kind of creature. Kind of like the Walker that we saw the Fallen have. The Cabal are going to have this, and it sort of floats around and moves around, and I believe it drops off enemies, kind of like the Walker dropped off the, I forget what they're called now, the flying robots, the Skanks, I believe they were called. So we're going to have to watch out for one of these, possibly a public event, not too sure on that yet. Golden gun action and some more Cabal action, and then the shot where we get the Guardians walking into the back there. We also get to hear a female voice in this. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it, but it's not a character we've come across before. It could be that robot hunter that we saw in the beta and we've seen in trailers, the Exo Hunter, but we're not too sure on that yet. But this is the Mars trailer. Super awesome stuff here. I can't wait to play this. I'm sure you guys can't wait, and I'll be covering it more until we get to launch. I'm sure we'll get a Venus trailer and even more trailers and stuff before the launch, so make sure you stay tuned. Be sure to give the like button a hug if you enjoyed. This is a new way for me to break down trailers where I do it sort of live. If you like this, let me know in the comments below. If not, then I can go back to the old way where I sort of take screenshots and stuff as we go through. But yeah, hope you guys like this. If you did, be sure to give the video a like, subscribe if you want more of this kind of stuff, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.